back to Women's Biz Tribe Success Summit. We are having so much fun on our summit so far today, and we have plenty more speakers coming. It's been great to see your engagement in the chat. Drop in any comments and some love bombs to our speakers. Cheer them on. Tell us actually what resonates with you. What are the main things that you're finding from each speaker? There's always a little golden nugget in there, and often it's something totally different from one person to the other person, and I absolutely love that. So keep those comments coming. Engage. Come and find us over at Women's Biz Tribe and meet some people as well. Now, I would love to introduce you to Liza Boubari, who is the founder of HealWithin, a healing center for mind-body therapy. She's been specialising in hypnotherapy, stress and anger management, domestic abuse, action coaching, women's wellness, things of this nature, because she's all about combating stress and disease. All right. She's also a motivational speaker and an author, and she has got a super exciting event called the 3E event that I'm sure she will share about. She founded it in 2013, and it has been keeping her very busy in a way for her to empower others. So I will put you over now to Liza. Welcome, Liza.
Hello, Annie. How are you? This is absolutely wonderful being here, Miss Gibbons. So, yes, this is a beautiful summit. Your speakers are absolutely amazing, powerful in their own right, just like you.
Thank you, beautiful. Thank you so much. So I wanted to talk about your success journey. All right. You've been in business quite a long time. You're a hypnotherapist. You're all into mind, body health. What was the driving force for you even just to get into that profession? And how has it helped you to feel successful yourself, I suppose, in our conversation? And then how does it help other people? So we've got a lot in that very loaded question. How about you give a little bit of a background to the listeners on who is Liza and what do you actually, love doing?
Well, what do I love doing? Allow me to start by saying that um, being a guide, being a bridge, and connecting people to within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what I used to do as a little girl. And I remember a time I grew up in Iran. So I'm Armenian from Iran, so the Persian Armenian. And when it was summertime, we used to sleep outside in our little, with the tents and the mosquito tent and everything. And I would look up into the sky and say, one day I will be traveling there and connecting this star to that star and that person to that person. So as a child, I was, I guess, a networker.
Yeah, definitely.
And so that was the seed that was planted. I guess it's a calling that we have, and we don't realize it until we get to. A lot of people ask me, what is your purpose, what is your passion? I'm going, I don't know. So for years I was struggling, what is my passion? But in 2000, let me go back. I need to say that I was married and then I got divorced. And during this time, I had developed ovarian cyst and I had already had 2 surgeries. So 1993, I got married. 99, I was divorced. And after that, the course of my business that I was in the banking, in the corporate world shifted, and I wanted to go into law because I wanted to serve, to protect, and to stand up for women and for those who didn't have a voice. And that led me to become a paralegal. And it was during that time when I was working, I didn't realize I was working 11 hours a day, different law firms, and developed another ovarian cyst. So I had carpal tunnel, my knees had water, and as a dancer, I could not dance. I could not do a lot of things. My body was breaking down, and I didn't realize what's going on. So I would walk around like this, stress, anxiety, a lot of things that we hold on to without realizing.
Yeah.
And I remember that day being at the doctor's office, and he turned around and says, well, we have another one, and we're going to go into surgery. And I started bawling and crying, not realizing why. When I came back to the law firm, the HR director saw me crying and she said, what's going on? And I told her, this is what's the issue. And she said, I'm going to send you to an acupuncturist. On our second session, on the table, the acupuncturist says, after this, come to my office. I go into his office. He gives me a sheet of paper and says, did you know that hypnotherapy and hypnosis can help you with ovarian cyst?
You're like,
That's exactly what I said. What? So lo and behold, I already knew a hypnotherapist. And in less than 6 sessions, I realized why my body was creating the cysts, the growths in my body. And I believe I healed it. I healed within. And that was the platform, the trajectory that shifted where I was. That instead of, I call it, and there's a lot of attorneys who are female, and I love them, bless your heart, because now I've got attorneys as my clients. But it was like, I call it the masculine way to the feminine way, that I went back to school a year and a half later, got my certification as a hypnotherapist, and started doing that part-time. I didn't even believe in this until I started continuing and continuing. And that was 23 years ago. So my journey to heal within has become the platform of my mission to help other individuals, especially women, to understand that they matter. Not only their children, their parents, their family, their husband, their caretaker, their partners, but they themselves. So now that's where I am. And I help women show up, stand up, and speak up for who they are, and truly believe that they do matter, because so many of them don't believe that. Everybody else in their life matters except them. So.
Exactly. They'll be showering everyone else with love and putting themselves out, self-sacrificing, doing all of that. But it's like, oh no, I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to start unpacking all of those things that are sort of sitting within.
You said the right word. I usually say selfish is okay. Self-centered is not.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Because if you're not, then someone else is taking advantage of you, right? So
I don't know about
absolutely.
advantage. Wayne Dyer has this beautiful saying. It's like, circumstances don't make us. We're not victims of circumstances, but what circumstances do is reveal who we are. How we overcome challenges, how we stand through all the things that we have gone through, either the trauma or the joys or the happy times and the sad times. How we handle those is who we become.
Beautiful. So you were a paralegal, a stressed out paralegal with ovarian cysts that just would not leave your body. In fact, they just kept coming back and growing more. You then have this moment, you go off and have some hypnotherapy after 6 times. Talk about a transformational moment.
When you are ready.
When you're ready, you're ready. And so you're like, you know what? I'm going to actually become a hypnotherapist, and I'm going to leave all of this other stuff, because and it sounded like you're a little bit skeptical at the beginning.
Oh
They're
my
like,
God, that's not how it happened. Here's the thing. When it's a your calling, I swear to God, no matter what you do, it comes and knocks you and says this is what you're supposed to do, right? We do have choices, but I
mm.
believe some choices are like, okay, this is what's going to happen in your life. So I
You know, it
believe
was like a coat hanger pull. It was like, come on over here, Lisa. Come on.
exactly. So I want you to go back and think of another time and a place in your life and how certain circumstances in your life have made an impact in yours. And it can be something drastic, traumatic, tragedy. And yet now, when you look back, you say, if it wasn't because of that, I would not be where I am today,
Exactly. Yes.
right? And that's exactly what happened to me. It was on a Friday night in my condo sitting. I was probably, uh, after all my sessions and everything, I had healed, and the doctor could not believe God. It's like, no, no such thing can happen. We're supposed to go to the surgery, and of course, ultrasound. There's nothing, and he was just like, no. Anyhow, I did change that doctor. I never went back to the doctor because he didn't believe it was possible. So Friday night, it's 6:30 at night. I come to turn change the channel. At that time it was not like this. I came to change the channel and
To
to
get
pick up the, yeah, and my yellow pages fell off on the ground. I knocked the yellow pages, and it was a thick yellow pages, and this thing opens on the HY, and curiosity kills the cat, right? I look and it says hypnosis, and I'm like, no way.
what?
Annie, did you know all the years that I had lived in my town, I never knew that there was a hypnotherapy school in my own town. I swear, only a few blocks away. Pass
Oh,
by it, you never see what you're not supposed to see
yes, correct.
until once you see it, and then it's always in front of your eyes, right?
Yeah,
Like
you
a
feel
red
like
car.
you're everywhere. As soon as you just say, if I just suddenly decide I'm going to buy a red car, I see red cars. Absolutely.
Everywhere. Everybody's got a red car.
You have a baby, you suddenly just notice what's with people with prams everywhere. They're just amazing.
Exactly. Exactly. So our seeing eyes is only to reflect what we need to see.
Hmm. Yeah.
Other than that, we observe, we take it in. That's what the subconscious is all about. It stores every experience, every emotion, every habit and behavior and everything within us. And we never realize that we literally function because of our original, from day 1 to 7 of our programming. That's the blueprint.
Hmm.
And everything else is just an icing on the cake. So I pick up, I call. 6:30, it was quarter to 7 on a Friday night. Who would think that the master hypnotist himself, Gil Boyne, answers the phone? Hello. And I'm like, is this a hypnotism institute? And they said, yes. So he says, why are you calling? And I said, this is what happened to me. I believe I healed myself through hypnosis. Oh, that is one message you need to share. Come and learn how to do hypnosis. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm a paralegal. I'm going to be an attorney. I'm going to law school. No, you come here tomorrow morning. I want to talk to you. I walk in there at 9:30 in the morning, and I never left. Finished the schooling faster than anybody else. A year and a half later, I opened my office while I was still working at the law firm. And that's why it was like, am I doing this? Am I doing this? It was a part-time thing
Yeah.
until I left the law firm because he was closing the office. And I'm like, okay, I guess I have to do this.
Meant to be. Now, what did the law firm think about your choices?
He sent me 4 of his friends who were going through stress years later. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've got a lot of attorneys, a lot of corporate people going through anxieties, stress, especially after COVID, a lot of panic and anxiety has set in, stress has set in. I also went and got my certification as a stress management, anger management, domestic abuse consultant. And for years, for 14 years, I was also doing massage, releasing pain from the body. So it's this true mind body connection.
Mm. Such joy to be able to be helping so many people day in, day out, right? So even though you loved it, you experienced it, you know it works, to actually have so many different types of people with very specific issues that they're navigating. Absolutely fascinating. You'd never get bored of it, right? If it's the right thing. If it's not your calling, then it's would be painful. When it is your calling, it's absolute joy, right?
Yes.
What are the biggest challenges then people are having at the moment? If they're looking at, they're wanting to be healthy, well, balanced, thriving, what are the biggest challenges that I'm going to go and see a hypnotherapist for that?
Well, most people know hypnotherapists to be for, they call it quit smoking. I call it stop smoking, actually stomp on smoking, because we have to do, everything comes down to one thing. I believe it is only my BS, which is my belief system, right? And I share with my clients our self-esteem, which is belief in the belief within ourselves, knowing that I matter, that who I am is worthy enough to be successful, to be healthy, to be whatever it is that we want to be happy in life. So most of the clients, no matter what they come in for, either for wanting to become a non-smoker, to become healthy and drop their weight, they want to come, and because I work with menopause, to overcome the entire this bodily going up and down, the yo-yo of the weight, the yo-yo of menopausal hot flashes and everything, from hypnobirthing all the way to cancer and grieving. They come for, I want a peace of mind. I want to feel at peace with myself. I want to find myself. I've lost who I am. And that's why it became You Matter, because they do so much for others, they forget here. So my philosophy is your higher self is that little inner child.
Yeah.
The one who knows what you want, the one who believes, the one who aspires, the one who is full of hope and joy, and it's just like running around and just saying, see me. So they come to shift and feel better. And it could be releasing of pain. If I can hypnotize myself and have 7 root canals with absolutely no topical and no anesthesia, and I can teach you to do the same. So
phenomenal. Wow.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely no anesthesia. And why? Because our mind is so powerful. We can focus so precisely. My master hypnotist, our president of our organization, the ACHE, John Butler, Dr. John Butler in UK, he did a whole hernia surgery with absolutely no anesthesia. And it is possible because we literally become so focused, so in tune of our body. We are not our body, but we can oversee our body and command our body and be so in tune with that we can bypass the pain factor and still function. So that's what hypnosis is. The power of your mind is far greater than most of us tap into.
It'd have to be. Oh my goodness, my mind is racing as a mum of 5, thinking, why are we not using this for childbirth?
Oh, I've had so many clients that I have helped, women with easy birthing, with no epidurals, no nothing, on their first baby. The last person was 43 years old, first baby, no
Wow.
epidurals, and in less than 3 hours, baby was born.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
It's like talking to the body and saying, it's not pain, it's contraction. And our body, as women, we already know from the time that we are, what, 11 years old, what is contraction.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So instead of saying it's pain, no, it's contracting. Your body, certain muscles contract and expand, contract and expand. So become one with it. And as you work with the body and have a talk to the womb and the baby inside and guide the baby and ask your body to open and give the birth an easy birthing. So for weeks, we come to work with the powers of the subconscious, the messages within the subconscious, how the body relaxes, and it becomes so easy for the baby to come.
Mm. Oh, there you go, ladies. Give that a try. I'm past those years, but oh my
Yeah.
goodness, my mind is just like, wow, imagine that. Ah, that's just incredible. So what about the people who are worried though that I've got two questions, and I'm sure the listeners are thinking of these questions as well. The people who think, but I wouldn't want to be in an altered state, like if you're being hypnotized, you're then sort of being taken out of your own control. I'm
Right.
imagining that's a big fear for people, because they sort of pretty much are giving that away to the hypnotist. And then also, what if can they learn how I think you mentioned it in passing before that you can hypnotize yourself or learn the
Oh, yeah,
principle.
self hypnosis.
Yes. So, is that just a practice then? And once they've learned that technique, they can then just use that ongoing. So it's
Yes,
actually
because
not like a treatment you've got to keep coming back for.
exactly. Once you become a non-smoker, you're a non-smoker. The rest of the time, I give you tools and techniques that you give the suggestions. It's not always me next to you, but you've already incorporated the suggestion. You have your, let's say, keyword you use, and that keyword, because it's already there, it's auto suggestive. And the moment you say your keyword, or you can even do self hypnosis, you can do self hypnosis and say, we go in and out of hypnosis every single day. Did you know that? You sit in a car, you, nowadays there's no key, you push that ignition, right? You push that button, and then automatically, while you're doing something else, you put the car in drive, you already know where you want to go. Unless
Yes.
you don't, and then first thing you do is put it in your GPS, and then you're in tune to where your GPS is saying where you must go, and you follow that while you're driving, while you're looking everywhere else, you're reading signs, and yet you're paying attention. All this is happening at the same time. Guess what? You're in trance state. By the time you get there, you don't even think about how many stop signs did I stop, how many traffic lines did I stop at? Was it green? Was it red? How many cars did pass by me? None of that matters, except when you get to your destination, you park, and then you get out.
Mm-hmm.
So from point A to B, once you set your destination, which is where am I going? What do I want? Do I want to lose weight? Do I want to stop smoking? Do I want to feel no pain? Once I know why are you here? What do you want? Then I take you from the pain factor of what it is that it's paining you, discomforting you, to the gain factor,
Mm.
which is your result, your ROI, right? This
That's
is
what we
how you
want.
get to the result.
Yes.
And so when we watch TV, we go in that zone, we're focused. We are focused right here between you and I know the phone in my office rang, and I know this is here. I know a lot of things are happening outside, but none of that matters except you and I at this very moment. So actually, no one goes under anybody's control, but you go in to hypnosis. You go in to yourself, your own thoughts, mind, body.
Love it. Love it.
The
Love it.
power
Love
is within you. You can open your eyes at any time.
Oh, tell you what, I'm going to have to tap into this a little bit more. I never have, because I must admit I've been a little bit scared of it, a little bit shied away from thinking,
Scared
oh
of
no.
yourself? Your own powers.
No, I don't think I'm scared of my own self. I think I've been scared of, sort of probably you, the hypnotherapist, and what they're doing. But I love the way you've explained it today. It's
A
absolutely
professional hypnotherapist, a professional therapist will guide you in a way and give you tools and techniques for you to be in control and in charge of yourself. And then you take yourself, just like going to sleep. You can get in
yeah,
bed and for hours roll over back and forth, and you can't sleep until the moment that sleep is natural. It comes to you. And that's when you roll over and close your eyes and sleep.
yeah, exactly. Calm. I'm feeling calm. Definitely good for the body and soul. Oh my goodness, our time went so fast today.
Oh my
We're going to have you on
gosh.
the next summit, or definitely on my podcast, because I could just do so much chatting. And I do have Marty Manos coming up as our next speaker. So those who would love to learn more about hypnotherapy, definitely reach out to Liza. You can find her at HealWithin.com. Of course, her business is called Heal Within after what she shared today, because she was healed within. And I know some of you are sitting there going, you know what? I've got niggly things. I've got things that they're sort of saying I have to have some dramatic action or treatment for. And if this resonates with you, this conversation, will definitely check out Lisa's website. Definitely reach out to her either via the platform that you're watching or via Women's Biz Tribe. She's not hard to find. She would love to talk with you, share with you, help you on your journey. And I would just love to thank you once again for being.
I thank you for the invitation and being part of this incredible collaborative part of being with everyone else as speakers. And also send my invitation to all the ladies who are in California. Please come to the 3eevent.com. It's going to be a 2-day retreat, empowering, inspiring, and impacting you.
Oh, definitely go to that. I'm in Sydney, Australia. Can't make it this time, but tell you what, when I am in the US, I will definitely come to a 3E event. So
Thank
those
you.
ladies listening in, make sure you do that. We'll see our next speaker in a couple of minutes.